Hello, you people out there. Sharon Levi, not Levi, right?
Levi.
Levi?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like the jeans?
But it's Israeli, isn't that?
That's where it comes from.
Okay,
He was
Levi.
Israeli, the guy that invented the...
Was he?
Yeah.
This guy?
I mean, there was no state of Israel, but I guess he was, in a sense.
Okay. I did not. But it's Levi, not Levi.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. So we're here with that Sharon dude, who you've probably seen on the brilliant Macmull Guitars channel, which is putting many other channels to shame, and in trade shows and in my videos and GetCon stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
So every time we see him, I'm gonna pretend you're not here. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's so good! Oh my God, oh, look at it and the tone and blah, blah, blah." So, but every single time he's playing one of these, he's playing a Macmull, which are brilliant guitars. So the question is, how much is Sharon, and how much is what he does the guitar? Percentage-wise, what do you think?
There would be 100% me and 0% the guitars.
He says working for Macmull, okay? Well, I'm sure it helps. So the question now is, we are surrounded by, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 single coil, where the frickin' 3 single coil guitar, how do you do 3? 3 single coil guitars. I don't call them Strats, because some of them are not. 3 single coil guitars, and we're gonna step down in kind of halving the price, halving. How do you say that? Halving. Reducing the price by 50%, and see at what point his playing loses its Sharoniness. Sharonesquitude.
We've never done this before. That might be interesting.
I'm gonna be, we're gonna go down to 79. Can someone, wait a second, can someone, can you swing around? What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, let's make an event, he said. Let's bring YouTubers together, he said. Let's hang out with my buddies, he said. That's... Hashtag life is difficult. So, we're gonna go down to 79 bucks. So, how much is this?
I don't know. That would be something like, I think, 5 grand?
No.
Even more?
No. 7.
That's a 7?
That's a 7.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And that's I'm supposed to represent these guitars. I should know the prices.
You should know the price.
Yeah.
So that's a nicely used car. That's a nice used car, a little van or something, you know. Okay. I'm gonna go with you play a bit. Then we're gonna go down half and play a Macmull in that price range in the Fender Custom Shop, and we step it down and see at what point the fingers can't do the talking anymore. Go.
All right.
We're playing, of course, the Morgan AC20 with the bass boost in. So if not bass boost, but on the no cut channel. It's just a great amp. Into the Universal Audio Aux, which I have to say we have a little bit of reverb on, and we have a little bit of compression from an 1176, which means that's a setup I have at home. So as long as that all stays the same, you know, it's a fair fight.
All right.
Go.
Let's just say that we're going to try different sets of pickups.
With all the guitars we have, that might be difficult. Do whatever. Yeah. How about this? It doesn't really matter what you set. It doesn't have to be the same thing. They're not the same guitars. I just want to see you reacting to them. You don't even have to play the same thing. I just want to get Sharon. As much Sharon as I can possibly get.
Okay.
Sharon me.
Forget the guitars.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't even use a pick. What the fuck's wrong there? that didn't suck. But that's an instrument you're very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And any one of you, where are we? Any one of you who now thinks they have to write, yeah, but the headstock's ugly, or ew, or I want to shoot myself in the eye, or all these beautiful comments you usually have. They worked on this for 2 years. Which I know, now we're laughing, but give it a couple of years. And looking at this is something that gets you a boner, a guitar woody. This, right now, this is an ugly as fuck headstock. I'm sorry. It's like a, what is this? Is it a triangle with a boob on it? This gets you hard because of the history. Not because of the shape actually being desirable. This is not pretty. This is not pretty. The sound is what matters. So you associate something with this. You don't associate something with this. And we're gonna fucking change that.
But we think it's pretty.
Yeah, well, you're full of shit though. But I don't care about the headstock. Looking from here, I don't see it. When you play this damn thing, and you guys don't play them, when you play a Macmull, 7 seconds, and you don't give a flying rat's ass anymore. So, $4,000, beautiful Fender custom shop in green. The white balance is off, that's why. Play. I'm just moving you into the right angle. This is not supposed to be a like, you know, let's sell Macmull guitars video. Really not. But I'm trying to, you know, be politically correct. Fuck that. It's still you. You're still playing beautifully. Some of that smack, the dynamics have just slightly reduced, I think.
Yeah, slightly.
Some of the when you're popping, it's some of that pow is gone. It's still brilliant playing. It's still an amazing guitar. There's no question. How does it play?
I think that the reason the dynamics decreases is because of there's a bit more bass here going on. It's a bit more, and the high end is less. It has less attack, I think. It's a bit more far away.
I almost want to say, and I know that might be wrong, but a little bit of the magic of the Sharoniness that we all love and cherish has disappeared. A tiny bit.
Oh.
A tiny bit. I'm sorry, just a tiny bit. Okay,
People might think I'm doing it on purpose.
No, you wouldn't. So let's go back to Macmull in that price range. Over there, grab it. Let's pull that shit, who cares? But this is a good guitar. And it's pretty damn pretty. But look at, focus in on the knobs. Focus in on my knobs. What the crap is with the green writing on this blue guitar? Something's off there. What were they thinking? The first thing I would want to do is replace. Well, because the pickguard. Because the pickguard is slightly green. But that's a wrong choice, I'm thinking. But it's nice. And it's got a flame here and nothing there. Moving on. Okay, this thing.
Okay, I'll play the same probably.
just had to rub my nipples a bit because Pete Cottrell is out there and he's a sexy motherfucker. So, some of the magic came back. I'm just saying, but what I mean is the dynamics and that poppy high end. But then again, we don't know how the strings are on the custom shop. So this is all rough. Okay, moving on. Now we're gonna go half that price, and we're in this territory. Which, ooh, look at that thing here. Look at the bendy bowiness of it. And we have locking tuners. This is a Elite, Fender American Elite, where we have this and weird knobs. Go. Pretty guitar.
Matches my shirt.
That's yours then.
Oh, that's
That one's got some Sharon built in. It's got a differently focused mid-range, if I might say
I kind
that.
of like the neck here a bit more because it's thinner. I'm not a fan of like really chunky necks, but the thing I've noticed the most is, again, I think that the bass. The lower you get on price, the more bass you get, and that's not the good bass everybody
It's
wants.
taking over.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm saying, compared to the custom shop, which is prettier, but this isn't too far off compared to the custom shop.
I'd say that the custom shop had more attack in it.
Okay.
I felt more dynamics, but this one is more comfortable for me. Just the neck shape, I guess.
And it's got some modern features. So I mean, for the price, this is a pretty good instrument. And if I closed my eyes and heard you play, I'd say, yeah, that's Sharon. Good. So you're still surviving in that price range. We're gonna go half, which means, or roughly half, which means we're in Chapman American Pro territory. That's the one guitar we could find at around $1,000 with 3 single coils. Let's see how much it can Sharon. Look at that trem block. Can you show the trem block? Marcos, can't you look at the trem block? That's weird. Do you plug that in? I gotta work. Dom, I'm in the middle of a video. People, this is Dom from Thomann who helped me make this whole thing work. Yes? Okay. You know, TGU, I'm always on call.
What happened to the sound?
I turn it off. You're also on the bridge pickup.
Silly me. Again.
I was like, that's very bitey. Of high end. That's what the Chapmans to me all feel like. They're very, very bright, which of course can be a good thing, but it kind of feels as if the frequency range is not as balanced as on the other guitars.
I think that you can feel a major decrease in the mid-range area.
Can you turn the volume down?
Yeah. So that's a less mid-range. So I guess you can transfer that. You can translate that to thinner sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy
Like
he
a
said
scoop
that.
mead. Yeah.
That was also my impression. I love the design. I mean, I think it's unique with the gold and the silver and whatever that white wood is. White wood. This is kind of strange right here. Yuri, can you focus in on that? So these are all going through string trees, and then the high strings, because of the reversed headstock, have a very narrow angle, and it just feels weird. It kind of feels as if they should have had a string tree across all the strings.
Yeah, I think that because of the angle here is smaller, I think that the two top strings are a little more flabby when I play, so it's harder for me.
Maybe there's something they wanted for bends or something. Who knows? I don't quite know. But okay, we're moving to again half the price, which is again another Chapman, which we could find around $479 or something. We're getting into territory. Oh, look at the trem. Show that in the camera. We have to say that, because otherwise, you know, it's not a fair fight. But that seems to be set up in a weird way. So that's a weird kind of a setup. Apart from the action being about 7 feet above the fretboard, because of the trem, this guy.
I'm used to the stage. I don't mind.
No, I'm used to the stage. I play live a lot. I love this man. So I love the sound. I actually think compared to the Pro, which is twice as much, this is more rounded. This is frequency response wise more balanced, right?
Yeah, I tend to agree. Yeah, totally.
Who would have thought? We have the price and we get more Sharoniness, more Sharonesquitude.
But I think it was a bit less comfortable. I think that I'm starting to feel less comfortable playing in terms of neck shapes and rolled edges and the edges of the frets. I'm starting to feel.
You know, we started at
we
started at $7,000. You know that, right? We're at 500 now.
But the custom shop was okay.
That's 4,000, yeah.
It felt very, very good. And the more we go, you really start to feel some decreasing in quality of the building.
A lot of the stuff that's going to happen here is feel and not necessarily, or sound, obviously. I mean, at the very end, we go back to 7K and you'll go, oh. Because people always ask me, what, a bolt-on for that much money? Or even a bolt-on for $4,000? What the fuck, why? Now we find out why. Describing playability is obviously a big thing. So let's now we're going to go down to 250, which is the vintage behind you. He's used to the stage, you know.
This one?
That sunbursty one. Looks pretty much exactly like a Macmull. If we take a saw and go whoop.
Dynamic is totally.
Yeah, but that to me sounded Sharonish. But I thought this, after a few guitars now, all of a sudden thought, woo! I even thought that this is more Stratty and more fat as this.
You think?
It hums more, and the dynamic you feel the dynamics are gone. But listening this sounded more like you than this.
All right.
That was pretty impressive. Okay, 250 weight to 277. So next one would be 277. We're gonna go to this one. Because really in this price range now we have to arrive at Harley Benton. That is 119.
Yes, I still got the nylon in it. Oh, that's a chunky neck.
Can we get a hooray for 119 euro Harley Benton, please? Anyone, people out there, clap. Come on, hooray. Thank you. Because you're still here. Sharon's still in the room.
I'm still in the room.
At 119. What do you think? What could I get from Macmull for 119?
Probably the tuners.
Okay.
Look, it's fun to play on these guitars. I really feel like a major decrease in dynamics, and for me, the bass increases, and the treble increases, and the mid range decreases. And I'm guessing it would be very hard for me to get inspired on stage or in the studio.
When I play Macmull,
like that. But you can make sounds of a Strat with that. It's totally good.
But I play what we should have done is actually single coil lead stuff, because when I play Macmull, I feel I never need drive. Never. The guitar compresses, the guitar sings. With lesser guitars, you don't have this. You always want to go to an overdrive. You want to distort, to have that singing ness.
Reverb. You need the reverb. That's the
and
first thing you need.
With the Macmull, you have a clean sound, and you, even if you're a metal player, I never feel like I want to turn anything else on. So, but again, if you're a beginner, this is not a shitty guitar.
No, it's not.
Or if you're a Les Paul player, this is still not a shitty guitar to look at your first Strat.
And it's not really heavy.
So now we're gonna go nuts, and last but not least, we'll have a 79 euro Harley Benton. We could only get one with a humbucker in the back, but we're not using that anyway. So that's gonna be interesting. 79 euro, that's a Tal said that's about the price of your pickguard. Good. So for Macmull, you get a pickguard, doesn't make a sound, but it looks pretty.
Yeah. Okay. What can you do?
It's still Sharon, that spankiness, the slappiness you do, the singing, you still get it, and it's not like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't play on this, or no, I lost my voice. Your fingers are still doing the talking. So back to the Empress. That should be the name for that guitar. Give me this thing. I'm gonna shove that right over here. There should be a difference, right? Difference, and it is not you take $100 and then you spend 200 and you get twice the guitar, and you spend 1,000 you get 9 times the guitar. That math is bad. That's not how it works. The percentage between the custom shop and this is very slim, but those tiny 3% of more awesomer, they'll cost you a couple grand more. Those minute details in the upper class is what you pay for, but they're there. And if you want the shit,
for me as a player, the differences are more major or bigger than that. Sometimes you hear stuff on YouTube, some guitars on YouTube, and you don't take into consideration the player's experience. And as a player, you really need to. I mean, you can listen to a guitar. It sounds good if you're listening to someone else playing a guitar and it sounds good. But as a player, you experiencing different things like playability, like mid-range, like attack, fast attack, low attack. And
you react to this. This is something where it's a synergy between you and the guitar. Whereas with the 79 euro guitar, stuff comes out, but you might actually be more fighting the instrument than it giving you something. And you have a feeling that this is your brother in arms. There's a brothers in arms, get it? Get it? See what I'm doing there? Wait. Someone please tell me that they got that. So yeah, but this guitar is your brother in arms. And that's the difference. But you can only really experience that when you get one in your hands. Everything we say is gonna trigger troll comments. Trigger troll comments. So yeah, Sharon kept his Sharoniness all the way down to $79, but he'll still run around with a Macmull. You're not gonna trade this in for the Harley Benton, are you?
No, I don't think so. No.
No. Okay, good.
No.
So, tone is in the fingers. The guitar helps a lot, but it can't magically make you an amazing player.
No, it's not. And it's not always about tone. It's about how the instrument makes you feel.
Comfort.
What it makes you play eventually. If you get good ideas from it. If you, I don't know. For instance,
this is an insane example because that kind of air and breathiness and sustain and all that what he played there, he probably wouldn't have arranged on the 79 euro Harley Benton because you wouldn't have been in that state when you're playing. You're like, I can just let that ring. You might have actually wanted to play faster because the guitar doesn't give you the extra note. So you do write more sparingly. That's a word. Trey, is that more sparingly? No? More sparingly-ishness? I don't know. I don't speak the language. Trey, Gear God man out there waiting for his time in the room. Fuck you.
Once you tend to forget that you're actually playing a guitar and you stop thinking about the sound.
And it's about music.
And you start like considering about on the music. It's you're in a good place.
Yeah. So hey, thanks Sharon. That was awesome. I wish
you.
I could play like that. Maybe one day you teach me. It's been awesome. This has been Gear God. No, what? You've been awesome. I've been flat. No. Animals at the end.